Well, hello there, folks, and welcome to another installment of Tokefreely. Yeah. So today I have a new weed, like I always do, and the name of this one is called. Well, before I get started, I ask that you please subscribe, give me a like and a thumbs up, and don't forget to tell the folks that Mr. Reese said he needs his views and his likes and his subscribers up. It's only one show like this, so if you want to stay on here, you gotta do what I ask you. So today, the name of this week we got, believe it or not, is called Ghost. Okay. So I have my nephew here with me. He's off camera, but he's gonna be my taste tester today. Okay. So this is Ghost. I never had any. Well, I've been smoking on it, and that's why you ain't gonna see much of it because I've been smoking it. I like them, and I also have another weed that I'm gonna do another show right after this one, and it's just as good as that too. So the name of this weed is called Ghost. It's an OG. So let you take a look at it. Give me a minute, folks. All right. Okay, here we go. Put a little light on the situation. There we go. Can you see the texture? Hold on. Can you see the texture? All right. It's got like some green, some red, some blonde, like they all do. All of them come with green, red, and blonde now. And that's about it. The smell is. Now, this smell, it would kind of remind you of a runt, but they claiming it's an OG, it's not a runt. It sort of reminds me of a runt. So, but since they say it's an OG, I'm gonna make sure I say it's an OG. But it's got that very runty like smell, kind of sweet, kind of bitter, kind of weird. Texture is really nice. It breaks down fairly well. There is some moisture to it, but not enough to annoy you. We'll get a high score off of that. You know, let's see. Yeah, it's got a good texture. You know, but I'm really impressed with the smell. The smell is another one of them weeds that kind of smell like something you smelled before, but don't smell like nothing you smelled before. None of those work. All right, so let's fire up the JSO and let's see what's happening. So I'm gonna ask my good. See, you I just roll a joint for me. I don't roll them big, but see, he smokes blunts, so this is like a toothpick to him. So,
yes, sir.
You know, we're gonna still get his opinion on the weed. So, folks, how y'all feel about all that mandatory stuff going down? Y'all ready for it? For the nurses and who else? Nurses, all government workers and federal workers. You know, y'all gonna have to go get that shot, man.
Or quit.
Or quit, or be unemployed and broke, and
No, you ain't gotta be unemployed. Shit, always find another job.
yeah, if they're not doing the same thing,
My job
you know,
don't
they're not,
require
making
that.
a mandate and shit. Well, not yet, but you never know. Y'all required to wear masks while you're working?
Nope,
No,
nope.
I'm surprised. Why is that?
We only gotta wear a mask to go through the building.
Oh, so once you get to the spot,
Once
you
you
don't have to wear a mask.
once you get up in your
Well,
door,
folks, that's the weed's got it's another weed that tastes like it smells. Since it don't really have a sweet smell or anything to it, just got like I said, like that runt smell, and you can smell like the OG in there. It's good, It's not a taste you're gonna write home about, but it's not a bad taste. Don't leave those first couple pulls. Don't leave a nasty taste in your mouth, you know. And it comes down that you're gonna cough off this weed because I was smoking the joints. See, I had the weed I've been sitting on the weed for a couple of days. And I meant to do a show that day, didn't do it. Meant to do a show yesterday, didn't do it. So I've been pinching off the weed. And I can tell you from experience, this weed, you take really deep pulls, blow a big joint of it and shit, you're going to be coughing your ass off, But it's called Ghost. So I guess that means it sneaks up on you.
you let your people know where you get your weed from.
No,
Like what side of the city?
no,
Why not?
because I don't get it all the time from dispensaries and stuff. So I don't want to be announcing where to go get nothing, get nobody in trouble or myself. So
I mean, like,
I just tell them that it's available and it's out here. And if you've seen me, you know where to get it. That's all I have to say.
on the south side of Chicago.
Yep, it's on the south side of Chicago.
That's what I mean. That's all you got to tell
And
me.
the south side is huge, you know.
Inglewood.
But I do go to dispensaries as well, and I do have private sellers that sell me weed too. So like I told you before, I have different sources to get the weed from. But the neighborhood have been jamming these days, so
I was about to say, if you want
yeah,
some good, good,
yeah,
go to the hood.
they've been jamming. So excuse me. See, that's what I mean. You take big pulls. See, his lungs could probably take it. Mine, I got old lungs, so old lungs can't take it. But it's a really good weed for all you for all you old heads like me. Get off of the Reggie. Get off that Reggie, cause it ain't hitting on shit. They don't grow it worth shit. It ain't hitting on shit. It ain't really got no kick. You don't have necessarily have to go with the hydro, but you could go with a skunk, or you can find a hella higher grade regular marijuana. I hear my boy was telling me recently that they bringing back Acapulco Gold, y'all. Acapulco Gold was a Mexican, was weed from Mexico. It was a really, really high grade, and the reason why they called it uh, Acapulco Gold because it looked at gold. When you take it out, it's just the sun would hit it lit. It was just that lighter green, and it would just shine like gold, And it was really, really good weed. So I hear that's coming back. So if you folks come across that, give me a head up and let me know about it. Maybe I can go find it and I can do it on the show. But as far as this weed, this some really good weed. You're gonna like it. This some hood weed. You're gonna love this hood weed. You know. But I'm pretty sure you can find this at any dispensary because everybody gets their weed from dispensaries, believe it or not. I found out recently that even the drug dealers, the weed sellers on the street, I'm buying their weed from guys who sell weed to the dispensary. So it's not like you're getting something totally different. You're not getting anything totally different. You're just getting weed. It's gonna be for a lesser price than you would go to. But you know what? If you look at it, even if you got a 3.5 off the street with this kind of weed, high grade weed, you still gonna pay almost as much as you pay for it at a dispensary. You might come out $10 less, something like that. So it'd be up to you if you want to spend that extra $10 or not. Because if you go to the dispensary and buy some of this 3.5, it's gonna cost you $65 at least. And the young guys, from what they was telling me, with this kind of weed, they want $50 for a 3.5. So you say yourself, you save $10 and a trip. Put it that way.
The only thing I'm paying $50 for is some dab.
I'm telling you, they want for the high grade weed, the high grade weed, and the exotic. They want almost twice the money for it.
If it ain't dab, I'm not.
What is that?
Dab?
Yeah.
Dab is a wax form of THC.
A wax form. What you do? Chew it?
No.
What do you do?
I have a pen that have coils in it, and it heat it up to liquid,
inhale it,
and you smoke it. Yeah.
I don't know about that liquid stuff, y'all. I don't know.
Well,
I tried one day.
It's not liquid. It just heated up to like.
Yeah, but it breaks down. It breaks down basically to a gas. That's what you're saying, right? What breaks down to a liquid? Which one is it?
I mean,
if it's in a wax form,
it's like it breaks down to like candle wax.
Like a liquid. Like a liquid, right? Okay.
Yeah. And after you smoke it out the pen, the residue still up in there, is still waxy. You can scrape that out, put it right up on your blunt.
That sounds so risky to me, man. I don't know.
No,
That THC shit, because the THC that they make is not really natural, it's synthetic. To get THC, you have to drain it out the plants. You see what I'm saying?
Correct.
I mean, some people do it, but I'm saying they have a form of synthetic THC too. That a lot of people don't know about.
We don't do nothing synthetic.
Because I don't know if sometimes this weed, I've been telling my folks on here that watch me to look out for synthetic weed. I tell people all the time.
Yeah, how you
look out for synthetic
looking
weed.
like Pookie out Blue Jack
Yeah,
City.
that shit fuck your brain up, man. Fuck your heart up, your chest, your lungs. I did a lot of reading about it.
Yeah.
And
if you a Reed Thompson, hit me up.
Who is Reed Thompson?
I've been watching Snowfall.
What's that?
Snowfall was about when the crack cocaine hit the street.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a movie you're talking about.
Yeah, TV show.
Yeah, another country, y'all. They refer everything to movies.
I'm looking for a Reed Thompson.
Reed Thompson.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
No,
What's the name of the movie?
Snowfall.
Oh, I think I seen that movie. I think I seen.
Yeah, Reed Thompson was CIA.
I probably didn't pay much attention to it.
Playing the bricks. Playing the coke, and Franklin was turning it into rock cocaine.
Oh, okay. Well, no, I didn't see that.
Right, I'm trying to be the next.
So was that the end of the joint? Give me the last one. It's for the show. Whoop, whoop. Sorry about that. Whoop, whoop. Damn, I'm about to burn my house down, folks. Ow! Damn it. Okay. You didn't see none of that. All right. Well, we making this a short show here today, I guess. I guess because I was sharing the weed. But listen, it don't matter how long the show is, as long as it's a show. So
part 2 gonna be lit.
Let's go ahead and rate this weed. So let me give a little summary. It's called Ghost. Very good weed. The potency is not as high as I've had on some other weeds, but it's a good potency. It's got a decent taste, got a decent smell, and it crumbles really nice. And we're going to give it a score. All right. For our Ghost, for the month of September in the year 2021, we're going to give the smell. Let me give it another whiff. It's a good smell. I like that smell. I'm gonna give that smell an 8. Okay, for the taste, what you think? Like the smell? How you like the smell? You like the smell? Okay, for the taste, it's got a good taste, nothing spectacular. It's kind of weird, kind of remind you of runt. I'm gonna give the taste a 7. The flavor, great flavor, full body. Not a lot of aftertastes in there and everything. I like the flavor, not a lot. I'm gonna give it an 8. And I rarely give flavor a higher number than taste, but in this case, the flavor deserves. The flavor was better than the taste. Okay, the texture's nice, crumbles down. A little bit of moistness to it, nothing to write home about. I'm gonna give the moisture a 9.
A lot of people say flavor and taste.
It is almost the same thing. It is almost the same thing. But since you are tasting the weed, you're not really paying a lot of attention. People don't pay a lot of attention to the flavor. So that's why I put it in flavor. So I break it down to what I think that's in it. Some people do, some people don't. Some people smoke weed just to get high. They don't care about the taste or the flavor. You see what I'm saying? They just want to get high. That's why I'm telling my deadheads, come off the Reggie, because they not really putting the love in it like they used to back in the day. That's the best way I could put it. And every time I buy it now, I just hate it. I just hate any Reggie I buy right now. I was gonna say go for, if you don't like the hydro, and if you don't like the exotic weeds, go for the skunks and go for the other ones. Can't think of the name now. I'm high, but go for the skunks and go for the what is it I'm trying to say, Jumbo? I can't say the other ones, but don't if you can't come across some really, really good Reggie, don't buy it.
There's only 3 strands. You got sativa, indica, and
what's
high.
name? But I was talking about as far as names, because we go by as far as names. Like we say, we call it skunk, right? Something like that. Okay, so the buzz are high. It's more of a high than a buzz, but you do get a buzz that leads you up to a high. And so I'm only gonna get a buzz, surprisingly, compared to the weed, because weed is good. I'm only gonna give it a 6. Okay, the point of peak was probably for me because I had been already smoking the weed before now. I would say about maybe a third of the joint down. So third of the joint down makes that a 7. Accessibility.
A joint and a third. You already smoked.
Accessibility, he just as bad as country. Accessibility, it's out there, folks. You're going to find it. You got to ask for it by name, because if not, you pull up them people just sell you anything. Ask for it by name. It's called Ghost, or ask them the name. What do they have? Because I always make sure. I always ask them if they got a lot of it or not. So I know for a fact a lot is out there. So we're gonna give accessibility a 10. All right. For quality, overall quality, very good, man. I can't say anything about it. Good smell, good taste, good texture, uh, uh, good potency. So I would give the quality. I wouldn't give it a 9 or a 10, but it would get a high. I say a high 8. Okay, potency, the same thing. Got potency is pretty good. Nothing to write home about. Gives you a kick. Got some coffeeability. I get a potency of 8 as well. And coffeeability. If you smoke a lot of this, smoking in big joints and shit like my nephew do over here, you are going to get uh, some definite chokeability. You're gonna cough your ass off. So for coffeeability, I'm gonna give it a respectable 4. And to 4 is high for coffeeability. Okay, so come on, we're gonna score this up. 4 out of 5. What you mean by that?
For coffeeability.
Oh, for coffeeability. Well, a 4 is good.
Because if you're doing 0 to 10, 4 is lower. Real low.
No, I do 0 to 10, but for me, coffeeability that's low, to like that score, they only get a 1 or a 2. Anything that goes beyond a 4 or a 5, you're getting the higher rounds. And since I don't inhale it to see if I can cough anymore, I give it a respectable score. So I give it a respectable 4, which I know that's some coffeeability. That's some good coughing right there. 4. 5 is even better, 6 even better, 7 even better. But when you get to the higher numbers of the coffeeability, that means that shit making you choke like a dog.
I'm like the weed I get. I don't smoke it to cough shit.
No. You don't smoke it to cough, but if it makes you cough, that's how we rate it. Right. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. So I take deep pulls to see what kind of cough I can get out of it, and I'll rate that cough. But I quit doing that because I'm tired of looking like a raccoon choking on something on camera. So for the smell, folks, we're going to give that an 8. I mean, it's got an 8. The taste got a 7. The flavor got an 8. The texture got a 9. Buzzer high got a 6. Point of peak got a 7. Accessibility, it's a 10, so it's a lot of it out there. You can find it. Quality, I gave an 8. Potency, I also gave an 8. And coffeeability, I gave a 4. That gives us a 75. So that just put us over to a very good. Now, I probably could have gave maybe a couple of the other. Probably could have gave a couple of the other ones maybe a score or 2 higher, but it probably wouldn't have been much higher than what it is right now. But that makes this a very good. So a very good is, like I always say, very good. It's better than good. Okay. Sorry about that. So it's anything that's better than good is good. Okay, so we got a very good on that. And so, folks, I appreciate you coming by, spending a little time with me. Don't forget to subscribe and, check out my other endeavors. And I'm going to have some samples of my t-shirts up here soon so you can see it. Because I can't get nobody to do the stuff for me to run across the screen because nobody is that, well, either they're not that technically inclined like me, or they just want to do it and want to get paid for it, and I don't feel like paying. Anyway, we're going to have some up here. I'm going to have where you can get them from. But I can tell you right now, this from Spring. Used to be Teespring, now they call themselves Spring. And you can go to Tokefreely Toke Gear. Go Tokefreely /Toke Gear. And you'll see all our stuff up there, my t-shirts and stuff like that. So check it out, folks. Help a brother out. Try to make it. I'm living on food stamps and dog food. So, hey, you know what time that is. So for today, September 2021, our ghost gets a 75, folks. There's the score. 75. So thank you for coming. I usually would have him say Tokefreely with me, but he don't know how to say it in unison with me. So until we meet again, God bless. Told you.
So that was perfect.
God bless. God bless and Tokefreely, folks.
Right on cue.
Bye bye.